you are the Heckler Wrangler, so maybe we start there. In terms of the core listeners all around the world, comedians and comedy nerds.
Yeah.
So maybe break down how to handle a heckler for us.
So the way you handle a heckler is you make sure the audience hates them more than you do. You
Okay.
give them enough rope to hang themselves. You don't wrangle them, they wrangle themselves. And the other thing is that voice that tells you what to say and what not to say, shut it off and just go with your instinct. Now, the trick is you have to not be a horrible human being. You know, you have to not have that. Like when Michael Richards said what he said, the tape doesn't show you how awful the people were before he said what he said. But that doesn't matter because he said something horrible because he thought something horrible. I would never even thought what he said, let alone said it out loud in front of human beings. So you have to make sure you're a decent human being also so you don't cross the line.
And anger can come off a little edgy too.
One of the things that I have to constantly remind myself is if you can lean back instead of leaning forward, it'll come off much better.
Interesting.
Because that person is trying to get to you. And so if you can just laugh at how miserably they're failing, then it'll be much better than being like, well, I'll tell you another thing, you piece of shit. You know, it's a little bit better to...
So you almost let them like hang themselves in a sense.
You do. And there's one actually I didn't get on film where it might be the meanest thing I've ever said to anybody. I was in Ann Arbor at the Comedy Showcase, and there was a very big bridal party. And there was one woman who would not shut up. She was just making everything about her. And finally I was talking to her, and I found out she was the maid of honor. And first I did the whole like, oh, great, so you're going to be talking at this wedding? Be like, you're making this about you. Your friend's special day, and this is still about you? And finally, when she wouldn't shut up, I said, I really wish you luck in catching the bouquet at the wedding. And she said, oh, I'm married. And I go, yeah, but your husband's going to leave you, and you're going to die alone. So I wish you luck. And so, I mean, I told a woman her husband would leave her, and she'd die alone, and the audience applauded. Because they wanted way worse for her than what I said. They were like, "Oh, he's going real easy on her," because she was just the worst.
Right.
And that's really the trick. It's the gladiator. You know, you win the crowd, you win the day.
Hey, Hot Brethren and Sistren. If you love comedy as much as we do here at Hot Breath, click the subscribe button to join the Hot Breathiverse, and then watch more videos to get even more comedy tips. Hot Breath.